The alarm never went off. That was the first thing Detective Eleanor Moreau noticed when she stepped into the gallery in Paris at dawn. No shattered glass, no forced doors. Just for empty frames hanging neatly on the wall. Like ghosts of themselves, Monet, Klimt, Basquiat, a forgotten African masterpiece worth more than. All three combined. Gone across 3 continents, the same thing happened within the same hour. In Paris, a night guard swore he never slept. In Buenos Aires, cameras looped footage from 2 nights earlier in Lagos. A private collector found his vault unlocked and untouched except for the missing painting. Different cities, same precision. Eleanor knew this signature immediately. The Atlas ring. They weren't thieves. They were surgeons. The Atlas ring didn't steal art to sell it in public auctions. They stole it to control it. Art became currency used to pay off cartels, fund militias, blackmail politicians, and secure asylum deals across borders. Paintings were rolled into tubes and flown in diplomatic bags. Sculptures were broken into pieces and reassembled in private basements. Provenance was rewritten, history edited. The world saw museums, the underworld saw vaults. Eleanor traced the first theft to a restorer, a quiet man who cleaned paintings for a living. He replaced originals with perfect replicas weeks before the thefts. By the time alarms were checked, the real art had already crossed oceans. The next link was a shipping magnate who never shipped art. Then a customs officer who never inspected crates marked cultural exchange. Everyone took a cut. The stolen African masterpiece, the ancestors watching, was the key. Painted during colonial rule, stolen once already, returned decades later. Its value wasn't just money, it was power. Whoever held it controlled negotiations, silence, and shame. The ring planned to trade it for something bigger. A man. Eleanor followed whispers to Hong Kong, where a private exhibition was being held in a skyscraper that didn't exist on public maps. The guests were collectors, war profiteers, and men with no official passports. On the wall hung the ancestors watching, real, untouched, waiting. The leader of the Atlas ring was known only as the curator. When Eleanor finally saw him, she expected arrogance. Instead, he looked tired. "You protect art," he said calmly. "I protect truth. Museums lie. Borders lie. I just move what history tried to bury." She arrested him anyway. The raid recovered 7 masterpieces. The headlines called it the biggest art recovery in history, but dozens more remained missing. Some were never found. Years later, Eleanor stood in a museum in South America, staring at a painting recently discovered in a private collection. The brushwork was right. The canvas was right. The story wasn't. She smiled thinly.